What's up, guys? It's Dono. This week I'm going to be talking about how to use criticism to actually improve. So a lot of us are putting out work, in the public sphere, and we get comments back. And I see a lot of people, when they get negative criticism, get really defensive. Or on the flip side, they get really heartbroken. Like, oh, this person didn't like my song, so now I quit. Nobody likes this. I know when you're posting personal work, it gets a little bit hard to detach yourself from the comments that people make. But here's the reality. You're not going to get every single person to like your music. And when you're first starting out especially, a lot of people are going to be extremely negative about it. So today I wanted to talk about how you can use criticism to improve. So there's different kinds of criticism. The first kind of criticism I'm going to talk about today is just useless criticism. This would be comments like, oh, you sound like a faggot, or like, this is the worst thing I've ever heard. This is useless criticism because there's no details in there that help you figure out how to improve at all. If someone says this is the worst thing I've ever heard, I can't think of a clue to fix that. I don't know where a struggle point is. I don't know where a problem is. I can't do anything with that. So comments like those are just useless criticism. The next kind of criticism is vague criticism. Now this would be comments like, I don't like your flow, or your lyrics don't make any sense. And while these sound almost equally as harsh, they at least give you a clue onto where you could improve and start changing things. So for example, if we talk about, I don't like your flow, then maybe you could take a look at, your cadences over a beat and see kind of where it fits. I'm not saying it's perfect, it's not the best criticism you could get, but you at least have an idea of what the listener didn't like. For the other example of your lyrics don't make any sense, then maybe you could go back and take a look at, the clarity of what you've been writing. This doesn't necessarily mean that, the critiquer is going to be right every time. This is just how you can use this information to get closer to finding out what you may need to improve on, because there may be genuine mistakes or areas for improvement in there. Now, the best kind of criticism that you can receive is detailed criticism. So, for example, if they say something like, it sounds like you try to stretch out your words to fill gaps, and it just sounds unnatural and awkward. This is awesome criticism, because we have a very specific and detailed action and what the listener doesn't like about it. Now, you can look at this very specific piece of information and maybe, experiment with different things to see if you like it better, to see if it sounds better to you. And maybe, for example, you might add more words to your lines to see if that helps you. Now, of course, you're not going to change your style for every single person, for every single comment. However, breaking down feedback is a good way to get the most out of what people tell you. So in summary, the more specific and detailed criticism is, the more you can get out of it for your own improvement. See you next time. Peace. Don't forget to subscribe so you can stay up to date on the videos. And if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, put them down in the comment box and I'll get to them as quick as possible. See you guys.